The linchpin of all special needs planning has to be the letter of intent. Our law firm, Littman Crooks, was started in 1990, almost a quarter century ago, and we have the great blessing of being able to assist and work with families who have individuals in that family who have special needs, and we help them navigate the maze. And as you know personally, it is a maze, and there's no handbook out there. So we feel blessed and fortunate to be able to help families get the services they need for their children and adults with disabilities so that they can enjoy the best quality of life possible. If one person who's participating or listening to this chat or webinar or hangout actually takes a step towards planning for one child, I'll feel like we accomplished something.
I know we had talked once before, a couple months back, about an article you'd written, and you said that there was essentially 5 steps that you suggest that your clients do. And the 5 steps were: 1, prepare a letter of intent. 2 is to prepare a will. 3 is to create a special needs trust. 4 is to sign advance directives. And 5 is to obtain guardianship. Do you mind just quickly describing what those 5 areas are, and then we'll talk a little bit more in depth about those? Is that okay?
Yeah, certainly, Keith. The linchpin of all special needs planning has to be the letter of intent. And fortunately, this is something you can do without a lawyer or without an advisor. We ask the parents, and in many cases it's the mom, but doesn't have to be, to take out a piece of paper, or now some people do it on their phones where they take notes on the phone, and go through a period of 2, 3, 4, 5 days a week and write down every single thing that you do for your child, because you'd be amazed at how many things you do that you take for granted because you basically do them in your sleep. Things such as, does the child like to sleep on his side, on his back? Does he have 1 pillow, 2 pillows, the lights on, lights off? Or how does the child like to eat? Does he like cereal? Because many kids, unfortunately, are nonverbal, so they're not able to express their wishes and desires to the next caregiver, whoever that might be, and whenever that might be. So writing up a letter of intent, telling people what the child's likes are and dislikes are, we have found to be enormously helpful, because this person is going to be the mother or the father of this child one day, presumptively, and they're not going to have the benefit of the history that you have with this child. And this letter of intent is not something you put in a file drawer and never look at again. We like to think, annually on the kid's birthday, you take it out and dust it off and see if it needs any updating. So the first thing I think people ought to do, and it takes away some of the apprehension that people have about calling a lawyer or calling a financial advisor or getting involved with professionals, because they can do this on their own, and there's lots of forms out there on various websites. Do the letter of intent, and I think you'll be glad you did.
I think that letter of intent is really, I want to point out, that is a great place for someone to start, because it's something you could do. It's something that's tangible. It's something that's necessary. And I think it's helpful for us to sort of ferret out exactly what you said. Is this is the things my son is nonverbal. He can't tell us what he wants to do, but I can assure you, if you do it the wrong way, your day will be bad, right? Your day will be bad. If you don't let him go through his little routine when he walks in the house and put his shoes away and put his thing away and open the sliding glass door 6 inches and then close it, if you don't allow those things to occur, like my mom did the other day, didn't allow it to occur, woo! So those little things are what I think are really, really important. Now, Heather, I thought you had a question that popped up. Oh,
I did, and it goes along with what both of them have been saying, is that people with a plan gain a sense of liberation and reduce stress levels. So as a parent of a child with special needs, anytime that I can reduce my stress levels, it's a good thing. So I love what's being said here, that I don't even necessarily have to start by contacting a lawyer or a financial planner just to gain some ground. The idea that I can just start by writing down how I know my son best is incredible information already.
Right. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Bernie. I'll let you go ahead and continue.
And you gave a perfect example, Keith, of how, especially with children who have behavioral issues, if you press the wrong button, and even if your intentions are good, I'm sure your mother meant well. Like when Max comes home from school, if I try to help him take off his jacket and don't let it do it himself, we are going to have a very unpleasant afternoon. 3, 4, 5 hours. Things being thrown around the house, spitting, just terrible. So just trying to help, right? But
right.
You got to know Max has to take off his own jacket. So those are the things, and you really personalized it so that people understand it. And I'm glad that everyone is recognizing that this is something that we can all do without the help of a professional.